I have 2 or 3 different jobs that I do. I'm a physician. I'm the medical director there and run the business or help run the business with the other partners. And I also do like some consulting on the side. And then I'm married. I have 3 kids. I felt like what I needed was systems. Like I need some organization. I need like systems so that I can be efficient and effective. As soon as I heard about the goal and the drive for REI Automated, I was like, that's what I need. That's what I'm looking for. This was in Moline, Illinois, on the western side of Illinois.
And have you ever been there before?
No, sir.
Did you ever have to go during the deal?
Had I ever heard of it? No.
No, neither have I.
Yeah, no, and I did not go there during the deal. No.
From close to close, what was that timeline?
It was 71 days. I purchased it on, let's see, October 30, and then it went listed on the MLS December 18. They had a mortgage on it of $52,000. The ARV was $132,000. They wanted to walk away. It ended up being about $17,000. When it was all said and done, net profit was $19,000.
Hey everyone, welcome to another REI Automated Client Highlight. Today I am excited to chat with Justin. What a whirlwind of events has happened over the last 2 years, 2.5 years. Gosh, how long have we known each other? Maybe even 3 years now that I'm thinking. 2.5 to 3 years. I forget which mastermind, if it was a spring mastermind or a fall mastermind. But you've had some really good progress the last couple of months, some good wins since joining REI Automated. It's my intent to showcase those, to inspire anybody who's listening right now, both people who are already clients within REI Automated or people who are on the fence about joining. So I kind of want to peel back the story here, the layers of the onion. And so I like to always start from the beginning. A lot of people who I talk with who are thinking about joining REI Automated, they're feeling stuck. They're not feeling like they're closing enough deals, or they're kind of just wasting time, spinning their wheels, whatever. Where were you in your business, in your life prior to finding REI Automated? Kind of explain to me what was your core constraint? What was holding you back at that time?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've done real estate stuff for a while, but I would say I kind of dabbled, typically trying to save up for a down payment and buy a rental property. I had the opportunity to work with your mentor, Brad Smotherman, right?
Yeah.
And kind of learned a lot through that program. My biggest constraint, though, what led me to kind of move towards REI Automated a little more, is I'm a busy guy.
Yeah.
I have a lot of stuff that I'm doing apart from real estate. I have 2 or 3 different jobs that I do.
Let's talk about that. Can we,
okay.
You know what, we'll go at your pace. I'll ask you those questions here in a little bit. Keep going though. Keep going.
Okay. So I felt like what I needed was systems. Like I need some organization. I need like systems so that I can be efficient and effective. And so that's, obviously that's where REI Automated excels. Like that's the product really. Is how can we put systems to this and processes so that it flows smoothly, for efficiency. So
yeah. Okay, let's go back because you are very unique. You and I have very much like I won't be politically correct in saying this, but like a no craps given.
Yeah.
No excuses. Like I'm active duty in the Marine Corps. I'm flipping all these houses while I'm in different countries. You're not active duty in the Marine Corps, but you have similar circumstances. So let's talk about this. Let's again peel back the onion here. Tell me, what are you doing? What are and how much time do these things take? In not a lot of detail, but just
yeah. So I by training, I'm a physician and worked in the emergency room for a long time. Right now, I'm not working clinically in the ER, but I spend a lot of my time teaching at the medical school here in Michigan State University. So I spend a lot of time on that. It's not a full-time position, but I spend quite a few hours doing that. I also own a business, not related to real estate, just a separate business. And so, I'm the medical director there and run the business or help run the business with the other partners. And so the time that I spend on that is variable, but obviously, when things come up, you have to put out fires or whatever. And then I also do like some consulting on the side, which is, yeah, that's variable also. Like there are some months where there's a lot to do, and
Yeah.
when there's, other months where there's not. So, and then I'm married. I have 3 kids. They're between the ages of 11 and 7. So I'm often getting pulled in multiple directions. That is
Yes, to
the
say
story
the
of my life.
least. To say the least.
So yeah, that's kind of the context of my time management, where I feel like, no, if I want to make this, I mentioned earlier, I kind of have dabbled in real estate, but
Yeah.
my goal is to make this a job, like a business, an income. And I'm at the point where I'm realizing like I can't do that without systems and processes to make this work. Like there's too much, I'm getting pulled in too many directions
Yeah.
to not like treat this like a business.
Yeah. Eventually there's always a moment when somebody decides like I need more than this to be just a side hustle
Yeah.
or a part-time gig. Like I need a proven system. What prompted you to reach out and say, Keith, REI Automated is what I believe is the solution for me?
Yeah, honestly, this is probably true for a lot of people. It was a pain point before I before I discovered REI Automated. I had tried a couple like CRMs that were like, either inexpensive or free. I was trying to track things in like a Google spreadsheet to just kind of like keep track of my own stuff. And basically I was like dropping the ball on things like, oh shoot,
Yeah.
I was supposed to follow up with this person and I missed it.
Yeah.
Or like I can't find the document I'm looking for, like where did it go, that kind of stuff. And so, I heard about you guys through other people doing real estate, and as soon as I heard about the goal and the drive for REI Automated, I was like, that's what I need. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Good. Bought in instantly. Cool.
Bought it.
What well maybe not instantly. Let's talk about that because
Sure.
there's a financial commitment to
Yeah.
joining REI Automated, and I just want to attack that head on. That there
Yeah,
was
absolutely.
probably some doubts before making a financial commitment like this. What were those doubts? What were those fears or hesitations that you had? And then what convinced you to move forward with us anyway?
Yeah, that's great. That's a harder one to answer. I think the main hesitation for me, knowing that there's this financial commitment that's going to take place, kind of leveling up the real estate business, for me, it meant I know I'm going to have to back off on other things. Like if I want to take
Mm-hmm.
this seriously, and really commit to this
Yeah.
financially and with time, it's going to mean saying no to other stuff.
Yep.
Um, that introduces some uncertainty, and
Yeah.
change is always hard, but financially it's like, well, is this going to work out? Is this going to, be like a beneficial move? And I think, yeah, what made me decide to pull the trigger, I'm not sure. Call it a gut feeling. I don't know.
Okay.
I think realizing that like just the trajectory of my life, career, kind of what I want. I'm trying to engineer a lifestyle for myself and for my family. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I think moving toward real estate fit with my goals. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the direction I'm trying to move. And so just knowing like, hey, this is a commitment. It's going to mean changing some of my time management stuff, but
Yeah.
this is the direction I want to move. Um,
Okay.
and so let's get it, just
Good.
to, yeah,
So the biggest thing that I heard was it was in alignment with your goals.
yeah,
And even though it came with a financial, and it wasn't really the financial commitment that you personally just talked about. It was more the commitment of time and mental bandwidth of if I say yes to
yeah,
this, I'm going to have to reallocate my mental bandwidth, my mental assets
yes,
to this and commit to real estate. Okay.
yeah,
Let's talk about the pillars of REI Automated and how it works for you. So initially, you talked about, you used the word systems, which is pillar number 2. So for anybody who's new to us, pillar number 1, education. We have all these courses that teach you how to do stuff. And then pillar number 2 is our operating system. So this is our software, our scripts, our CRM, our deal analyzer, things like this. And then pillar number 3 is support, me helping you, your client success manager helping you, executive assistant, developer, whatever, helping you with your business. So these 3 pillars, you initially talked about systems, and you
yeah.
specifically talked about the CRM. Was there any one of those things that clicked for you right away? If so, which one and why?
Yeah, which pillar? Like
Yeah,
which
which pillar?
aspect of, yeah, I mean, I think systems would be my answer. That I'm going back and forth in my head between number 2 and number 3.
Okay.
Because I think the systems was very helpful for me. That's what I was looking for. I think REI Automated delivered well on that, so that was very helpful right from the get-go. I think the support has also been very important in my development. There's just being busy and having kind of like getting pulled in different directions. In all honesty, like I haven't done great with some of the aspects of like how to run a business, how to track KPIs, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's been really helpful to have people reaching out and saying, hey, we noticed this or that. Like, do you want to jump on a call? Or like, hey, don't forget about office hours. That'd be a great place to ask this question. That has been very helpful to kind of move things forward. So I would say I was expecting the number two to be helpful, and it was. I wasn't expecting number three to be helpful. I mean, I was, but I
Yeah.
wasn't like specifically looking for that, but it has been.
I have a direct question for you because I do think that that's something that we do differently in REI Automated with regarding support and with like extreme specificity.
Yeah.
Do you believe that we proactively engage you, pointing out potentially a problem, an obstacle, a hurdle, a shortfall that is in your business before you even realize it? Do you feel like we're proactive in that support?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it too much?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It's uncomfortable to have somebody reach out and say, "Hey, this isn't going well."
Yeah.
So I'm not sure I like it per
Yeah.
se.
Yeah.
But no, it's not too much. It's like it's usually in situations where I know something isn't going well. I know that this
Hmm.
isn't perfect. And so to have somebody say like, "Hey, I'm here. I'm available. Like, let's troubleshoot together,"
Yeah.
is helpful.
Good.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I think that that's something, honestly, that everybody needs, but that they don't think that they need is
Yep.
accountability, is
Yep.
somebody kind of putting a fire underneath your feet
Yeah.
and a swift kick in the butt to get you into gear. Sometimes I need
Yeah.
it. Sometimes we
Totally.
all fall short of holding ourselves accountable to super high standards,
Yeah.
and consistency is everything in
Mhm.
business. So that's wonderful. Okay, the next thing that I wanted to get into beyond the deals, beyond the monetary success that you've had, let's talk about on an emotional level, or like a I don't know. I want to get into like the chemistry or the psychology of it, because
Yeah.
here I'm talking to somebody who's trained. You're a physician, right?
Right.
So I want to leverage this. How do you feel now compared to before? Whether it's less stress or bigger goals, expanding glass ceiling, more confidence. I don't know. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but like, how do you feel if you were to do an emotional audit now
Yeah.
versus a year and a half ago? What's the biggest thing that you think is different now?
That's good. That's a good question.
I'm trying to tailor it to specifically to you.
Yeah, right, right. I mean, I do think, I've done some deals. Some of them have gone well, some of them haven't gone well,
Yeah.
as is the case with every real estate investor, I'm sure.
Yep.
Um, and so I think having the structure, the support, um, some of the education to fall back on, uh, has been very helpful, especially when the deals aren't going well. When a
Hmm.
deal is challenging or feels like it's falling apart in some way, or not as profitable as you wanted it to be, etc. That's where I think it's REI Automated has made the most difference for me. Um, in terms of like the okay, I'll this is what happens to me. This is my personal experience when a deal isn't going great. I get stuck. I feel like I get like paralyzed. I don't know how to move forward.
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z is not going well, and then I just like shut down. Like I don't know
Analysis
what to do.
paralysis. Yeah.
Yeah. And so to overcome that feeling, that sensation has been very, very helpful to have like, okay, no, I can look at the checklist and I can just look at what is the next step. I can do that. I
Yeah.
can do the next step.
Yep.
Or I can talk to somebody and say, hey, I have no idea where to go. And they say, well, have you thought about doing this? Oh, no, I
Yeah.
didn't. Let's do
Yeah.
it. And so that has emotionally, mentally, has been a huge help to be able to just move forward when things aren't going great.
Good. That's great. Thank you for that feedback. That's something that's important to me, that people feel like when they are hitting yellow light being defined as like, I don't know what to do, whether
Yeah.
you're like, oh my gosh, there's so many opportunities and I don't know which one. That's a good headspace, but I don't know which one to pick. I don't know what to do. What's the right deal structure? This is a smoke and deal. Or the opposite, where it's like, I feel like there's no options. I'm boxed into, I'm backed into a corner. I don't know what to do. And just finding out, we call it triple S. What is the smallest, simplest step that we can take in the right direction in alignment with our goals? So that's super, super important to get people out of yellow light before they get to red light, out of yellow light and back into green light. Cool. So you got into REI Automated. The systems was initially the biggest thing. Support was super helpful. You started applying these pillars. Now let's talk about what you have actually achieved. So you just submitted this deal. In the investing world, it's all about real results. So let's talk about this deal that you got under your belt. I want to walk through it step by step by step. So the first thing is, how did you find it? What was the lead source?
Yeah, I was running a PPC campaign.
Okay.
So this lead came in through the website.
Great. Was this local to you or a virtual market?
Virtual market.
Okay. Yeah. Have you ever, where do you live and where was the deal?
Yeah, I live in Grand Rapids, Michigan, so kind of western side of Michigan. This was in Moline, Illinois, so Quad Cities.
Okay.
Kind of on the western side of Illinois, right by Iowa.
Yeah. Okay. And have you ever been there before?
No, sir.
Did you ever have to go during the deal?
Had I ever heard of it? No.
No, neither have I.
Yeah, no, and I did not go there during the deal. No.
Okay, very cool. Tell me the key numbers: ARV, mortgage, repairs, arrears, walk away.
Yeah, so they had a mortgage on it of $52,000. The ARV was $132,000. They were asking, or they wanted walk away. It ended up being about $17,000.
Okay.
We kind of went back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
Estimated repairs was like 21,500.
Okay.
No arrears.
No arrears. Okay. How did you structure the deal? What was your entrance strategy? Was it all cash?
It ended up being all cash. We went back and forth between some now, some later, and cash. And this is probably a good example of price versus terms.
Yeah. Initially, swinging the pendulum.
Yeah, exactly. They initially weren't thrilled with the walkaway. Like, we couldn't get low enough on their walkaway to make it make sense. I went back and forth with them a few times, like, hey, well, I can get you a better price. Like, we can get you more money.
Yeah.
I just can't do it like that. Like, so if you guys would be willing to, take payments over time, I could get you a better price. No problem.
Right.
And so ultimately they decided they just wanted the money now. So they did end up lowering their walkaway.
Cool.
So it was an all cash entrance.
Okay. And then your exit was?
This was a wholetail deal. So it got posted on the MLS through a realtor, but I did minimal work on it. Okay.
So you took title to it, did a tiny little bit of work. What was the work, like clean out crew type of?
Yeah. Yep. It was like a trash out, and then hired a cleaning, service to just clean it, and then did some power washing on the outside.
Sweet. Okay. Just making it look pretty, polishing the turd. No, just kidding. Exactly. I don't know what it looked like. All right. So in order to purchase it, it was all cash. Did you self-fund, hard money, private money, a blend of?
Yeah, I did hard money on this one.
Hard money. And then you came in and self-funded the gap, the 10 or 20%?
Yeah. Yep,
okay.
Exactly.
Cool. What was the timeline from when you purchased it to turn around and selling it from close to close? What was that timeline?
It was 71 days. So
4
months.
Yeah.
Give or take.
That's super fast. So how soon did you have it listed and under contract? Within a month or just over a month?
Yeah. Let me look at the dates. I wrote them down. I purchased it on, October 30. And then it went listed on the MLS December 18. So less than a month and a half. Okay,
great. This is really good. And thinking through the whole entire thing from, the negotiation, flipping back between price and terms with a seller to all the way through closing the deal, what would you say was the hardest thing? What was the biggest challenge that you had in that deal?
I think it was working with the seller to try to make it work. They were very hesitant. There was a lot of hand holding, reassuring, negotiating. The triage call or the lead, I should say, came in August 15.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up having multiple conversations on the phone, lots of text messaging back and forth, emails.
Mm-hmm.
And then they didn't sign the PSA until September 23. A
Okay.
month,
A good amount of nurturing was needed.
yeah, lots of nurturing. And a part of that, the motivation on this house was kind of interesting. They the person that put the lead in that I was talking with wasn't the
Mm-hmm.
owner. It was
Oh,
the mom of the owner.
okay.
Because the owner went to prison.
Oh, wow.
He's in jail
Okay.
and still has a mortgage. So the mom had been making payments on the mortgage so that he wouldn't
Uh,
get foreclosed on.
wow. Okay.
And she was sick of making payments.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And so she didn't live in that town. She lived like across the state.
Okay.
And so she just wanted a quick, easy, like I just need to get this off my hands.
Just stop making me pay the
Um,
payments.
yeah, but it made it so that it was like pretty emotionally charged for her
Yeah.
because her son just went to prison and
Yeah.
she's trying to like pick up the pieces of his life, sort of a deal. So
Right.
there was a lot of nurturing, like
Okay.
let's make this work. Let's figure out a way to help you out, that kind of thing. So
Do you feel how we teach things in REI Automated regarding the deal analysis or the scripts, whether it be the triage call, the perfect presentation? How did that methodology help you initially, like talking with the seller, but ultimately
yeah.
close the deal? What was the biggest thing that helped with?
The scripts are always helpful, right? Like going through triage call, a perfect presentation, kind of having a way to present that information. I think on this one, the follow-up was the most helpful.
Mm,
Like so being able to keep track of like I owe this lady a phone call in 2 days,
yeah, yeah,
or like, okay, she had this question about stuff. I need to send her, this form that we have to kind of explain whatever.
yeah.
So I think that part of it was most helpful
Cool. Very good.
with this
What was
deal.
so the deal is done and sold, right? You sold it
Yep,
last month or when
yep.
did?
It sold
Okay,
January.
cool.
Yep, so a couple months ago.
And what was your net profit when it was all said and done?
When it was all said and done, net profit was 19,000.
19,000. Cool.
Yep.
And and you said that it from close to close was 71 days, but it took a little bit of time nurturing the lead
Yeah.
from the time that you had, generated the lead, marketing dollars going in. So altogether, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do a couple of those each year and you
Right.
are sitting pretty
Yeah.
good. Or do a
Yeah.
couple of them every month,
Right.
stacking them. Yeah,
Right.
that's really exciting.
Yeah.
Cool.
And as I was looking through the numbers for this, 19,000 isn't this is something you've mentioned. It's not a home run deal. This isn't
Yeah.
like a game changer type of a deal. It's a base hit.
Yeah.
But
It's a
there
single base
you
hit.
yeah, and you had a comment in one of the training things that's like that's how teams win baseball games. Is like
Yeah.
doing a bunch of base hits.
That's exactly right.
And so yeah, this isn't like some crazy deal, but it's a base hit. It was successful. It was quick. Um,
Yep.
it didn't take a lot of effort on my part, so I'm
Consistency is everything.
super happy with it.
Do one of those every month and you are
Yep.
doing great.
Yep.
Exceptional. Cool. What was your biggest learning lesson from the deal?
Oh, biggest thing I learned. Good question. I think biggest thing I learned on this one, there were some issues with like trying to find the right people.
Mm.
So, doing this virtually, there's still, obviously there's a learning curve with like how to do that well.
Yeah.
And I had somebody that was doing trash out that didn't really do a great job. And so
Yeah.
yeah, all the stuff wasn't gone. So I think I learned how to confirm things a little bit better.
Okay. Yeah. Dual
Yeah,
confirmation. Don't trust but verify.
trust but verify, exactly.
Cool. That's a huge thing. Not just in a virtual world, but my God, even if you have
Yeah, even
an
local.
in-person team, you have to trust but verify.
Yep.
Cool. Oh, what a good learning lesson. My goodness. I recently relearned that this past year. Cool. All right. Well, of course, the best part, we'll show off the proof here when we edit the video, but we've got some, what you sent, a HUD or a check or something like that.
Yeah, I
We'll
sent the
show the
HUD
proof here.
yeah, and the check I got from the closing. Yeah,
Very good. Thanks for
yep,
sending that. Cool.
absolutely.
So you've seen the results. You're on a new path. You're on, this path of growth. You're learning lessons, and still very much in the middle of it. Like,
Yeah.
I say right now, like I'm going through the thick of it in some areas of my life, and it's like I'm paying for past sins, and you're dealing with that as well, paying for some
Yeah.
a bad deal that you got into prior to joining REI Automated.
Yes.
Again, let me just ask you, if you had followed REI Automated system prior to coming on, do you feel like you would be in the same spot that you're in right now with that deal?
Absolutely, 100%. No, I would not. Um,
uh,
yeah, right. We're talking about a different deal, one that
Different
hasn't
deal,
gone very
totally
well.
different deal.
But yeah, I think honestly, I probably wouldn't have gotten into the deal,
Oh yeah,
even in the first place. And if I had, I'm quite certain it would have gone pretty differently through the process. Um,
yes,
so yes, still trying to dig my way out of, a headache.
yeah.
But yeah, if I, just following the REI automated systems and support and stuff like that, definitely would have been different.
Yeah, agreed. I think so
Yep.
too. But we have
What's
a,
done, what's done is done though.
yeah, that's right. We will learn and make the most out of a kind of a bad situation.
Yeah.
But the reason why I brought that up is because there's a huge path of growth just in the last
Yeah.
two or three meetings that we've had. I still have my
Yeah.
notes from our last meeting down here on my I was going to say
Yeah.
clipboard, whatever this thing, notepad. Um, you have grown a lot. You're implementing great things into your business. You're having these wins, and you're having big learning lessons as you go through these wins, which is really important on a psychological level to stack these, series of
Yeah.
small wins here. What is your next big goal now that you have better systems in place, better education, better processes, better automation, better support, things like this? What's your next
Yeah.
big goal?
Yeah. I think the goal for me right now is to develop some consistency in the business. Again, kind of looking back at something that you mentioned in one of the training videos, but it doesn't work for a business to have like floods and droughts in terms of deal flow, revenue, that kind of stuff. It's
Marketing,
not,
anything. Yeah.
yeah, right. And so I think I at times have bitten off more than I can chew, and then had to like back off way too far.
Yeah.
Um, and the roller coaster hasn't been fun.
Yeah.
It's not good for the business. It's not good for me. And so my goal moving forward is to find like a healthy, sustainable deal flow, marketing campaign, that kind of thing, to just have things be a little more steady.
Yes. Okay, cool. Consistency. And
Yeah.
it's important on an emotional level
Yeah,
as well, not to be riding this emotional roller coaster
for sure.
and just have one. Yeah. That's my I have a stated goal as well that the bare minimum 2 deals per month. No matter what, I do not care if it's the worst month ever, you have to close 2 deals
Yeah.
this month, because that consistency on an emotional level I think is super important. As an entrepreneur, we have to protect our energy, because we're not just leading ourselves. You're leading a family, you have 3 kids, you have multiple businesses, you impact a lot of people,
Yeah.
and if we want to have a positive impact, be passionate about what we're doing, protecting our energy and making sure that our own confidence is doing good, and riding this roller coaster is
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
conducive to that. I agree.
Not
That's
healthy. Yeah.
a great goal. Cool. Last question for you. I want to end with, for somebody who is talking with me, who's on the fence about joining REI Automated for whatever reason, whether it's a time commitment thing that you've already
Yeah.
talked to, a financial doubt or concern that they have about joining, what would you say to that person? Is it worth taking the leap? What would you say to encourage them?
I think, you mentioned this before, but there is a commitment to joining REI Automated. It's not a get rich quick type of a thing. There's an investment of time and of money. To that end, REI Automated might not be for everybody. There's certain people
That's
where
right.
it's not the right fit. I think the real estate investor that wants to take real estate seriously, and not just dabble, I think that if you want to turn this into a business, this is the product for you, essentially. Is it gonna cost money? Yeah, it will. Will it help you to generate revenue? Absolutely. Is it gonna cost time? Yeah, there's gonna be Zoom calls and videos to watch.
Yeah.
But will it save you time? Yeah, absolutely. Right. The processes and systems. And so if you want to turn this into a consistent, reliable business, you need, I mean, REI Automated or something like it, but I don't know of anything else like like
Yeah.
it. So, yeah.
Good word. I like that
Mhm.
you pointed that out. That's a good, yeah. Thanks for saying that.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Absolutely.
you, man. This is
Yeah.
fantastic. Thank you for
Very good.
bringing us along the journey with you, Justin.
Yeah.
The last year has been good. I know that we're never where we want to be. I'm not where I want to be. You're not where I want to be. But the trajectory, especially recently, the trajectory that you're on has been really encouraging to me. So
Yeah.
thank you for being willing to be a little bit vulnerable. Share those things. Thanks for your kind
Absolutely.
words. Thanks for your encouragement, your inspiration. I want to share more stories like this. It reminds me, it reminds other people like, hey, this is where we once were, what is possible now that we have.
Hmm.
I'll always go back to these three things. Once we have the right education, the right systems, the right support, like that is the recipe, if you will, the recipe for success. So congrats
Yeah.
on your recent success, dude. Let's get some
Yeah.
consistency. You're so deserving of this. You're on the right track. Thank
Appreciate
you,
it.
brother.
Thanks, Keith.
To many more deals.
Yeah. Thanks.